Hello, and welcome to We've Got Books, and boy, do we ever. We three authors, Anne Green, author of 37 books, James Yarbrough, author of 12 books and short stories, and Lana Kruse, author of 3 books, are coming to you from the big sky country of Texas near Dallas-Fort Worth, where we have 4 distinct seasons, and yes, we do, all of which can happen in the very same day.
Hi, I'm Anne Green.
I'm Lana Kruse.
And I'm James Yarbrough. We'll be your hosts for We've Got Books, and we are excited to happily tackle some great Christian-based fiction in various genres. We have quite a variety of genres, something for everyone: historical, romance, romantic comedy, women's fiction, and unadulterated comedy. Why are you looking at me? Just because I enjoy tossing dollops of side-splitting humor into my work, ladies? Okay, later I'll explain how to add comedy to your work. We will also feature guest authors and their books. Have you ever read a sensational book and wondered about the person who wrote it? What made him or her tick? How the genre was chosen, the storyline envisioned, and characters created? These questions and others will be answered right here. We'll sit around the table chatting to get to know each other and his novel and how the books moved from a dream to a reality. Also, because we are lovers of words, and bet you are too, sometimes we'll delve into mechanics of writing and figures of speech. We'll try our hands at idioms, alliteration, onomatopoeia. Can you say snap, crackle, and pop? Or we'll revitalize cliches to make our work more vibrant and usable. And then there's humor to make writing more entertaining and memorable. So sit back and enjoy the ride into the literary world. You can find all the books mentioned here on Amazon.com. Just look up the author's name, then in the search bar, type the book's title. And now let's get started. We're going to interview Lana about her book, Broken Cups Hold Love. And interviewing Lana today will be Anne Green.
And Lana, we know you're the author of 2 novellas and 1 novel, Broken Cups Hold Love. All are on Amazon.com. I purposely didn't give your last name because I heard it isn't pronounced the way it looks. So, how do you pronounce your name? Kruse.
Thank you for showcasing my novel, Broken Cups Hold Love. My name is Lana Kruse. Last name rooms with doozy. I like to be one, and I like to write about some too, because they're fun.
Yeah, they are fun. More on those doozies in a minute. Before we dive into your latest book, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for asking. I was born and raised in Texas and have lived in San Antonio and Austin, and currently live in McKinney, north of Dallas. But my husband David and I took a delightful sojourn to California, mostly southern, for 21 years. David and I have 2 children who have blessed us with 6 amazing grandchildren. I've been a middle school teacher and an avid volunteer in social work, and have been a group leader in Bible study fellowship and community Bible study, and have facilitated a women's group called Simply Social. Currently, I'm a member of American Christian Fiction Writers, also known as ACFW. Wildwood Writers, have a newsletter, and now am honored to be a part of this podcast. My life verse for which I'm living proof is Ephesians 3:20. Now all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power working within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think.
I love that verse too. I'm impressed. You've been an active lady. Thank you. So, about those doozies. You have some in your novel, Broken Cups Hold Love. I know because I read it. Tell the audience about this book and give us an idea about what inspired you to write it.
Broken Cups is about 4 women friends from the greatest generation. The reader gets to see firsthand how these ladies handle the good and the bad life throws their way. Friends share the excitement of our lives for sure, but good friends also share the hard times, cry with us, and when necessary, kick us into doing what we should. They are there for the whole ride, bumps and all. Both my mother and I have had dear friends So I wanted to illustrate the value of female friendship and really the value of people in general. Friends make ordinary days extraordinary, and you don't have to be rich or famous to be or have a good friend. Everyone is valuable, and I believe Broken Cups Hold Love heralds this truth. My book spans the 1940s to 1960s, but the truth of friendship and everyone's intrinsic value are timeless. In Broken Cups, we specifically have four canasta-playing friends who mold boomers with their tales of wobbly marriages, a world war, a soldier's love story, a polio epidemic, a straying from the faith, and more, even a murder mystery. The four pals embrace touching moments and douse life with humor and lavish love. 10-year-old Lori Ann learns about life and friendship from unlikely teachers. Her mother, Camilla, a guileless, ditty-writing friend to all, Betty, a zany best friend who uses drastic measures to keep her wandering husband in line, Betty's flashy dressing sister Sophie, an artist and dreamer, sporting a different hair color every week and hiding a tragic secret behind her I don't care attitude, and Camilla's sister-in-law, starched hyacinth, wound as tight as her dark ringlets, searching for husband number 3.
I don't know which of those four ladies is my favorite. They're all funny, and they sound like doozies, and they could keep that story hopping. Tell us what you enjoyed about writing this book.
Broken Cups Hold Love was fun to write because it's chock full of love, humor, mystery, and a look back into history to highlight a special time and the importance of female friendships. I love creating and embellishing the characters. I could make them say and do almost anything. Also, I pulled out a favorite childhood memory from when I danced on my father's feet. I absolutely adored planting my tiny tootsies atop Daddy's man-sized, shoe-clad feet, spinning like a princess in his arms to our favorite song, the Tennessee Waltz. Because of these touching memories, I included a daughter-daddy dance of a little girl dancing on her father's feet. Also, I suggested this tradition to my husband and son when our daughters were born. Great recollections for all times. As an adult, I think back to how my father must have enjoyed our daughter-dad dance almost as much as I did. I hope so. I know my husband enjoyed his. Both men were and are putty in the hands of children.
That does sound special. Now, tell us, this book was so much fun. Was there anything hard about writing it?
Yes. Writing about the polio epidemic in San Antonio, Texas was challenging. It was sometimes excruciating to be reminded of the torturous disease that crippled children and grown-ups. As a child, I lived through this widespread and frightening plague. Though my family and I were blessed to be spared, I remember children going to school in heavy braces, holding on to crutches, and some being pushed in wheelchairs, others stricken with paralysis, and hearing about people in iron lungs. There was constant fear. Also, there was a rumor that standing rainwater was a source for the infectious disease. I was terrified of mud puddles, so rain brought increased fear.
I know I saw pictures of those children in iron lungs, but my experience was quite different. Growing up in Ohio, there was only one girl in either our elementary or high school groups that I knew that had polio, and she had to wear braces. But we were not allowed to go swimming. I do remember that.
Well, Ohio then was very blessed not to have the brunt as we did in San Antonio, Texas. It was awful, and I am so grateful for the vaccine.
Because of that time period and your subject, did you have to do a lot of research?
Yes, I did. I did research, among other things, on World War II and the aforementioned polio epidemic. The book's setting is mostly San Antonio, Texas, which was a hot spot for polio. Educating myself on both the war and the epidemic was interesting but tough. I greatly appreciate the people who lived through these trials and how they used these difficulties to grow spiritually and to vow and live out great lives. not in spite of, but because of their previous experience. In Broken Cups, I also included some children with Down syndrome who will make you cry with admiration for what they can do and with such innocence and sheer goodness. Again, we validate that God made everyone priceless and usable.
I'm not surprised with these topics that your book is faith-based. So, tell me, what amazes you about God?
Everything. But after studying the Bible for a lot of years, one amazing characteristic of the Lord that makes me love Him even more is His ability to love us. No matter who we are, He loves us. If we're successful or unsuccessful, the one who sings like an angel, like Anne Green does, and the one who can't carry a tune, like me, the pastor and the prostitute, the varsity cheerleader and the one who can't do a cartwheel, the captain of the cross country team and the one who couldn't make the team, the wealthy and the poor, the ones in advanced classes and the ones in special ed, and the ones all put together and the ones falling apart. All are valuable and usable to Christ. He even loves us so much he allows us to carry his name, Christ in Christian. How could we not love him back? I mention this in my book, Just Call Me Scrumptious, too, a lighthearted read. His loving nature is paramount in all my books.
I know it is. Yep, God is amazing. Broken Cups is faith-based. Sometimes it's lighthearted and sometimes very serious. How do you describe your book overall?
It mimics life, the positives and the negatives. There's romance with a returning soldier, and the whole family gets involved. We haven't said much about that. Lots of game playing. The female pals play canasta. But if you play other games too, you'll enjoy this, I think. Parties with lots of food and sometimes dancing. Since I never met a piece of chocolate I didn't like, I have characters eating black bottom pie and other chocolate, and lots of love, multi-generational, from grandparents to small children. My novel has something for everyone.
You really have numerous storylines. For fun, can you compare Broken Cups Hold Love to a television show or a movie?
I would love to. I still like to watch old TV shows, and my favorite is Designing Women, at least the first few years when the ladies weren't so worldly. They were great examples of intelligent women who were dear friends, full of love for each other and their families, even went to church together. And they had lots of fun with love always victorious in the end. My book is different from Designing Women as far as the time period because my novel takes place in the 1940s to 1960s, Designing Women in the 1980s and 90s. And the fictional friends in my book are not professional women like the TV show characters, but the women on TV and in my book are all devoted and loving friends, intelligent, and exhibit the value of everyone. In fact, I'd like to be dropped into Designing Women's episode entitled Dash Goff the Writer with Gerald McRaney as guest star. I love for him as a writer to describe me like he did for Designing Woman Charlene Frazier when he said she was all cotton candy and pink champagne with legs that stretch out 5 or 6 miles and one of those laughs that make you feel like riding around in a convertible. I could live with that description.
I love that description. I could live with it too. Hey, I heard you wrote an interview with one of your female leads, Camilla Lancaster. I'll bet that was an amusing task to create an interview with a fictional character.
This was a first for me, and yes, exciting. Hope you all enjoy meeting Camilla, Dilla, or just plain old Dilly. Here she is now.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You want me to be the pretend Marge Frickery who is interviewing the fictional Cam? What fun! So here I am as Marge Frickery. Hey, you all, out there in literary land. We're going to interview one of our lead characters from Lana Kruse's Broken Cups Hold Love, our dear and adorable Camilla Lancaster. Here she is now.
Oh, well, thank you. Call me Cam, or call me what my canasta buddies do, Camilla Dilla, or just plain old Dilly, 'cause I am one, hun, a real Dilly.
Okay, Camilla Dilla or Dilly. A pleasure. Your loyal fans want to get to know you better. First, where are you from?
All over the deep south, really, honey lamb. We moved a lot because of mother's asthma until we lighted here in San Antonio, Texas. She could breathe here as we stay, so we stayed. So I met my then I met my true love too. So another good reason to stay.
Yep, I'd say that was a very good reason. Now, tell me what some of your favorite things to do.
Well, I love parties, giving and going. I love cooking too. I fry everything, then cover it in gravy. I love to tell jokes and play cards, especially canasta. My gal pals and I started playing canasta umpteen years ago, and we're still going strong.
I've heard about your canasta games and that you four ladies laugh real loud, have barrels of fun, and even have nicknames.
Yes, darling. You want to hear our nicknames?
Absolutely.
And now my sister-in-law Hortense is High Fidelity. Her partner is my cousin by marriage and best friend Betty, or Biddy Baby, 'cause she's the smallest, but she may be the mightiest. Then my partner is Biddy's sister Sophie, or affectionately called Sassy, and she has a different hair color every week. And you know I'm Dilly.
So, Dilly Camilla, I think you might be my favorite character. How did you get the nickname Dilly?
I guess 'cause I act the silliest, tell jokes, and 'cause I like to write little ditties for fun. Would you like to hear one of my poems, darling?
I'd be honored.
Here's my latest. Me. Such great friends I've never had before. You make me laugh till my sides are sore. We giggle until we cry and get woozy. Yes, every inch of you is a dear, delicate doozy. No matter who wins or loses, no one flips her lid. To me, you are God's gift that He Himself outdid.
I love your ditty. That would make a gray day sunny. It's fun, but it's moving. I think I love your friends and you already.
Thank you. They're a great group of girls, better than pinto beans and cornbread.
You mentioned that you like jokes. May we end our interview with a quick one?
Sure, honey. Here's an excerpt from our last crazy canasta party. Say, girls, did y'all read in the Gazette's Lost and Found asking if anyone lost a wad of $100 bills wrapped in a big rubber band? Betty hollered, waving her right hand. They found my money? Cam, they found your rubber band.
It's a good one. Boy, for more fun and more stories, check out Broken Cups Hold Love by Lana Kruse on Amazon.com. Wasn't Cam a hoot? Hope you enjoyed your taste of Broken Cups Hold Love. Again, Amazon.com to check it out. Then type her name in the search bar. Lana Kruse. That's Kruse. And look for Broken Cups Hold Love. Also, Lana has a newsletter. If you'd like to be included, please send your name and email address to LanaK at sbcglobal.net. That's LANAK at sbcglobal.net. Tick tock, the clock is catching up with us. So we need to bid a sweet adieu from deep in the heart of Texas at this point. But please be reminded, we're an interactive, authentic podcast and want to hear from you about ideas you have, comments, and suggestions for the podcast. So just among us friends and colleagues, drop us a message at we've got books33 at gmail.com. That's WEVE got books 33 at gmail.com. And please come back next time for another sizzling session of We've Got Books, this time with author Anne Green, as she highlights her latest release, A Codebreaker's Christmas Surprise. So until next time, enjoy reading.